Let's get an update now. We're going to be joined via Teams by KwaZulu-Natal Education Department spokesperson Muzi Mahlambi. Muzi, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the SABC at this hour.
Afternoon and afternoon to your viewers at home.
Right, so Muzi, at this point, we know that there was a directive to close schools in the province. And as we speak, has there been any damage reported following that level 5 weather warning? When do you expect some sense of normalcy as well?
As we speak, it has started to rain heavily in Durban and other parts of the province. In the prelude there, you had the head of department, Mr. Ngobo, indicating as to why we took that decision. And we have been checking with the districts. All schools have closed now. We have comfort that learners either have arrived home or they are still en route home, but it's better than if we had released them later because the situation is not right out there.
All right, Muzi, thank you for that. We're just looking at the progress made since the floods in 2022. We know that over 630 schools were affected by the floods in 2022. And perhaps you could speak to us about the progress that had been made in repairing those schools and how many schools have been affected by the Christmas Eve floods in the province at the end of the year.
The Christmas Eve impact was 59 schools. That required over 200 mobile classrooms that were deployed to all the schools. We started delivering from last week. Like your colleague indicated, that even this morning we're delivering, and a particular union was happy with the fact that we were delivering. I can see in the background, those are some of the mobile classrooms that we have delivered in the schools, like this one that we see here, where if we had not delivered the mobile classrooms, we will have a problem with the start today.
Muzi, what are some of the long-term measures? Because as we know, the province will continue to suffer inclement weather going forward. Has that been put in place?
All departments, provincial departments, collectively led by KZN, are in talks of all these things that are happening. They have discussions like last evening, HODs and municipality managers had a meeting where a decision like we took today was muted and was influenced. And today, as a big system, the Department of Education, that in one school you house many learners and educators. So we took that decision based on the collective wisdom that when HODs and other executives in the province are meeting, we have a view that some of the technical issues with regards to infrastructure and with regards to what needs to be done in the long term, these are some of the things that are being discussed.
Absolutely. Also questioning whether there's going to be a hybrid learning approach, given that the school calendar year is going to be interrupted and, they'll have to make up somewhat. What's being discussed on that front?
We have an experience from COVID as to how we deal with such a disruption. We will use that hybrid kind of an approach like we did with COVID. But what becomes important is what HOD emphasized is safety first and saving the lives of the people.
Thank you for that, Muzi. I wonder at this point if you're also getting any assistance from national government.
Yes, led by KZN. The MEC for KZN, for instance, did indicate that as the province will need over $1 billion to deal with the repairs of damages. So we're not going to national as a standalone as education, but we go there as a provincial government.
All right, Muzi, let me wrap up. We're just obviously looking at what transpired today, as it was the first day for many across the country, but in the in KZN, apart from the flood warnings, perhaps you could describe the first day of school. Has there been any incidents reported as well? Just give us that update as we conclude.
It was a very exciting day. We started with the MEC in Lalelane Primary, where she monitored the peak start of the year, and other senior officials, your head of department, your DDGs, your chief directors and directors, they were out the province monitoring the super start of the year. Thus far, we don't have any reports to write home about. If there were glitches that schools themselves could resolve, or if they needed SECHED could do those, except our worry about the weather. But everything academically and educationally went very smooth.
All right, let's leave that conversation then. Thank you for your time with us on the SABC at the Hour. Via Teams, KwaZulu-Natal Education Department spokesperson Muzi Mahlambi, just speaking about the back-to-school plans. We do know that KZN Education Department has announced that schools be closed due to safety, due to inclement weather. So we'll obviously monitoring that situation as it continues to unfold.